So I'm getting good news, guys, coming from your own spirit, guys, for whomever I'm reading for. Already you have had your share of troubles, your share of struggles, tests, and trials coming from your own spirit team here, guys. Okay, this is that time when you will surely get the returns. More of good news coming your way here. Okay, so this has everything to do with now Pluto going retrograde. So we all know that Pluto brings more of intense energy, that transformative energy that will bring more of tests and trials so that something changes energetically when it comes to our spiritual growth here, okay? But for what it's worth, for some of you already you have gone through all these things, and some of the signs for you to know that already you have gone through your own tests and trials, okay? You can look back as in like starting from 2020, 2021, somewhere there. What were the challenges that you literally went through? And another thing, some of the sacrifices that you have made here, those are the things that will bring in more change in your life, okay? Whatever that maybe you have started connected to your spiritual path, starting from 2020, 2021, somewhere there, that cycle, this is something that will now pay off here, okay? Here, so pay attention to the repeating patterns here, okay, and how you respond to. So this will tell you exactly how you have grown starting from then to now, okay? Because if already you have gone through the trials, you know exactly what you have experienced here, okay? Whatever the tests that you have undergone that has brought more of a transformation in your life, these are the things that will definitely reoccur now, but your response will somewhat be different, okay? How you feel based on that experience won't necessarily be the same. It can be a repetitive pattern that literally makes you feel more scared, more fearful, more unrealistic in a way, or something like that, of which now is something that won't necessarily have much power over you, something that won't necessarily have some type of an effect energetically on you. It's a sign that it is a cycle that is closing. So it's coming in more as a sense of a, that type of energy when something comes for the last time to remind you how far you have come, okay? Something like that. So if you have seen more of a repetitive patterns, okay, things that already you have experienced in your life, as in like they are reoccurring now, it's a sign that that particular cycle in your life it's over. That's exactly what is closing, and it is time for you to embrace change of some sort here, okay? So Pluto is connected more to your ancestors, your lineage, your bloodline, the unseen, okay, the hidden secrets, things and stuff like that. So when you go through some type of a transformation, you uncover the truth that maybe you did not know about yourself, your life, your spiritual health, your bloodline, so to speak. Okay. And that's exactly what will bring in more of clarity as far as the self, who you are, etc. Okay. So this will differ as in like from person to person here, as this reading is somewhat general like that for all of you here. You're appreciated by me so much for just stopping here and choosing me, guys. Okay. So we'll dive in and see what this energy brings in, or the type of energy that is connected to you now as far as the energy is concerned, guys. Okay. So if this is that time when you are going through some type of a transformation, because the energy starts as in the 6th of May up until October the 15th, okay? So you might experience more of you lacking energy in that sense, okay? Because Scorpio will affect your vitality, your health. So if you are experiencing any health issues here, okay, struggling as far as your energy is concerned, it can be a sign that you are entering that phase where you have to go through some type of a transformative phase so that you realize something about yourself, your bloodline, your ancestors, so to speak. So Scorpio is also connected to your ancestry, those that are no longer with us, the dead, okay? It brings more of a close connection with your own spirit guides so that you understand them even better in that sense. Another thing, Okay, so pay heed to what is it that you are seeing. Another thing is you having more dreams connected to the dead, your ancestors here visiting you a lot. It's more like there's something that you have to go deep in. So they are coming close now because there's something that they have to share as far as you are concerned, something like that. That too will also be a sign, okay? So always remember, Pluto rules the underworld, the unseen, what we can't necessarily see. It rules the dark side of things, okay? The darkness, all right? So as far as your body is concerned, the parts that might literally be affected are those parts that can be seen. Okay, these are the parts more like your underarms because they can be seen. Anything that doesn't necessarily have access to the sun, okay, these are the areas that can literally be more affected as far as you are concerned here. You might have health issues concerning anything that cannot literally be seen, okay, something that is more private as far as your body is concerned, okay, something like that. That also can be a sign that there's a sense of imbalance of some sort as far as your Pluto is concerned here, guys, okay. And if this is more already I've emphasized of a closure, you will see um, those old habits, those old patterns coming in as a sense of test that you will act differently this time. It's a sign that you have overgrown whatever that is here, guys, okay, something like that. So let's see the type of ancestor that is coming in, but I'm picking on more of the elder type of energy. I don't know why the elder, but you know, the elder, it is that type of energy that brings good news instead of bad news. That's that. Maybe that's why I'm picking on the elder here, because it is those type of ancestors that literally protect the bloodline. And if something is held, those are the type of ancestors that will come in. Okay, because they are those type of ancestors that are somewhat at peace. Okay, something like that. So let's dive in here and see the type of energy that is connecting with you as far as the energy that is here is concerned, my collective. Okay, so we're having stake. Okay, whoever you are, already you have seen, you've been there, you've done that, and you have conquered. Okay, so having the emperor at the bottom of the deck, so already you have conquered whatever this is. What the sage here, you have learned from experience here, guys. Okay, so this is that time when you will surely embrace more of new energy coming in into your life here. So don't be surprised as energy shifts bring more of a sense of change as far as your energy field is concerned, because something is also changing. Okay, it's more of a transition that is happening. All right, something like that. So we're having the stack card saying trust and thrive. Okay, trust and thrive. So let's get another card for you, collective, here. Another card for my collective energy. What else for the collective? So we're having the snake. So you are shedding that old skin so that something new can literally resurface. Always remember that when you are going through some type of a transformation connected to your own spirit guides, your ancestors. Ancestors are the dead, are the people that are old, more like our grandmothers, grandfathers. So you might have that sense of growing, you know, that type of growth that changes your own physique, how you look, okay, or how you perceive things. You come out more as in someone who's more old, okay, someone who's more, you look, maybe you might look older than your age. It's also a sign that you are going through some type of a transformative phase connected to your ancestors here, okay. Once that is done, you will also start seeing your real self resurfacing, because whatever that is now being lifted up, you know. This is what we call more like Sififi Sabadimu as far as the in the African context is concerned. So it is the darkness that is somewhat caused by your own spirit team, your own spirit guides, because you are going through some type of a dark phase that will create more of a transformative energy that will bring in more change as far as your energy is concerned. So you might come up more dull, more dimmed, more unseen, okay, etc., more old, more boring, things and stuff like that, because there's a lesson in whatever that phase that you might be going through. So if this is something that is coming out, or you are coming out of, you will start seeing change as far as your physique also, your vitality. You will start gaining that momentum back, that energy back, all those things that you couldn't do back then. You will now have that access. So there won't be that sense of you feeling less energy, you feeling challenged as far as your health is concerned here. Okay, so this will come up more as something of the past. Now there's a sense of vitality, energy presented before you here. So you are able to move, okay? Because what Scorpio affects more is your own vitality, anything connected to your sun's energy, your personality also, okay? Something like that. So when you are literally entering the phase of transformation, you will experience the negative aspects of that, all right, of which is low energy, tiredness, okay, lack of energy, boredom, etc., things and stuff like that. And this can literally cause you to want to sleep more, okay, wake up late, etc. And this will also make what the situation even more, because this is something connected to the self, of which is your son's energy. Okay, so what you need to focus more to help yourself as far as the energy is concerned is to concentrate more on the sun's energy. So this simply means sleep less, wake up early in the morning before the sun rises, because if you sleep until the sun rises, this will also worsen your situation. So you must pay more attention to the sun, honor the sun, go out and make sure that you receive the sun's light, okay, early in the morning here, okay? So you have those exercise, everything that can literally uplift your son's energy, okay? Yeah, something like that. This will boost your energy instead of lowering it even more, because the more you sleep, remember Scorpio deals with the dead. So it's like you saying, I'm here, okay? I'm here, take me. Something like that for you, collective. So we're having the Sky Father at the bottom of the deck. One last card for my collective energy here. What is the overall energy here? What is the overall energy for my collective? Okay, so we're having the wise one. Okay, so we're having the wise one at the bottom. Now we're having winter saying take care of your needs. Okay, so it is that time for you now to take care of your spiritual needs here, guys. Okay, this means you turning inward, connecting more with your spirit team, so that you can understand what is it that is being delivered at this time. Okay, something like that for you, collective. So we're having the wise one coming in here as an overall energy. Color blue could be specific at this time. So the wise one is saying grow within your current situation here, grow within your current situation. So what I'm picking on here, it has everything to do with, for some of you who already have undergone here, okay, this is something that you are literally coming out of. Okay, that's why the stag card, because the stag is saying come alive and thrive. Okay, come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. Okay, you have an opportunity to thrive. Trust in all that you have to offer, all your gifts, strength, and power, and make the most of it. You were born to lead, and this can only become a reality when you are willing to put yourself in that position. Stack energy allows you to feel safe because the anchors keep anything away that could interfere with your intelligence and the presence. And their strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. You are being encouraged to retain your dignity and be proud of who you are and all that you have accomplished. Okay, this in turn will give you even more power to thrive outwards and upwards. Okay, so it is your time to embrace what already you have experienced here. At the heart, we're having the snake. The snake is saying shed old skin. Okay, so always remember that whenever the old skin sheds, you come out more alive. Okay, more renewed, more refreshing. Okay, something like that. That's what. Okay, so let's get the snake energy. Okay, here we go. So the snake is saying shed old skin, cast off the old, reveal your true colors, talents and gifts to the world. Okay, so the veil is somewhat lifting. Okay, whatever darkness that was caused by your own spirit team is now being removed. So this is that time for you to be able to receive all the positive aspects that comes with your own spirit guides here. Okay, these are the blessings that comes with your own spirit team, your own spiritual ancestors, your own ancestors here, guys. Okay, so this means you are now in a position to receive all the blessings connected to your ancestors here, okay? Not the challenges and the tests and the trials that comes with them. All right? So the snake is saying the energy of renewal is washing over your life at this time. If for some reason you feel that your true self hasn't been recognized, or you've been misreaded by others, you've been misreaded by others, know that the energy is now leaving you. As you've been working through your old stories and all the self-limiting beliefs that you've accumulated along the way, you've been peeling away a shield of skin that has created limiting experiences. Your own personal commitment to growth has been recognized, and now the external world will begin to reflect all the work that you've been doing within. If you feel someone you love have misunderstood you recently, they will be able to see beyond that if you are willing to recognize your own challenges. This is a time for renewal, abundance, and connection. Let yourself be reborn and celebrated. So, this is that time when you are also, you will definitely be celebrated, okay? Instead of being mocked, something like that. That's another thing. So it's that time of renewal that is coming in for you instead of more of challenging situation. Okay, sometimes when you go through some type of a transformation, you might also see a snake. Okay, snake might also come up in one's life in different ways, shapes, or form, because this is something that dwells where people can't necessarily see. They always keep themselves hidden in that sense. So when you see them, it simply means that there is some type of an interruption as far as they are concerned. So this speaks more of restless energy as far as the underworld is concerned, as far as your ancestors are concerned. So seeing a snake in your waking life repeatedly is a sign of an awakening of some sort. So your spirit teams are somewhat restless. So they are coming to you. So it speaks more of you going through some type of a transformative energies. Okay. For some of you, it can also represent that type of energy connected to, going through some type of a transformation connected to the snake, okay, the serpent. So this can literally differ from person to person. Okay, seeing a snake doesn't necessarily mean a transformation connected to your spirit guides, etc. Okay, yeah, it does most of the time, but for the most part, it has to be specific to each and every individual based on your spiritual experience. Okay, something like that here, something like that. So let's go to the wise one here. Let's get the message of the wise one rather. Okay, so let me get the message of the wise one. What is it that the wise one has to say? So let me do this. So the wise one is saying, knuckle down, be reliable and committed. Be open to wisdom and insights from your elders. Like the elder, yeah, I picked up more of the energy of the elder. So the wise one is saying the wisdom of the wise one is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. When this appears, you are being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and project. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You are being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience more of unreliability. And that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you are working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. Okay, like I said, something that you have been working on, it's about to pay off starting from now. So this simply means don't back down, because this is not that time. This is that time when you are supposed to see the returns of what you've been working on. Remember, every experience is different here. So your body is an alarm. It will tell you if this is the time for you to go inward and have a strong connection with your own spirit guide, so that you can actually understand them better. If this is that time for you to receive the returns, because transformation doesn't necessarily happen forever. Okay, so you have to get the returns, the outcomes of your hard work, so that something new can literally start. Okay, something like that. So for some of you, this is that time for you to see the result of whatever that you have undergone. For some of you, this has everything to do with the 7 year cycle with the snake here, something like that, that already have ended here. So this is that time for you to at least have a sense of break energetically and receive the blessings that comes with your own spirit guides and step into that new version of yourself. Okay, something like that. So there is no formula, because we are all different, going through some type of a different spiritual experiences at this time. So only you know exactly what is happening in your life. What are you going through at this time? So you will know. Even your own spirit team will definitely tell you exactly what time it is. Okay, something like that. Something like that. So let's see. Let's dive to the tarot and see exactly what this energy is all about. Spirit, speak for my collective, please, and thank you. So we're having the two. Number 8 could be specific here, as above, so below. Okay, so this has everything to do with your luck. Also, Scorpio rules the 8th house. Okay, so it has everything to do with your luck also now. Okay, so this is that time when you have to find balance. Speaking of luck, we're having the 6 of wands at the bottom of the deck. So this speaks of success that is coming in for you. 9 speaks of maturity here. You stood up for whatever that you believe in. Speaking of which, it falls under the snake. Okay, so number 9 also speaks of the divine mother, for some of you. All right. So we also having the Ace of Pentacles, of which it speaks of more of new abundance that is coming your way. This is more like a new financial gains that will bring in or strengthen your finances in some way, shape, or form. So we're having another 9. So you could be seeing 9 a lot. It simply means that something is closing for sure for some of you here, guys. Okay, something like that. So we're having the Hanged Man here, okay, at the top. So it's more like this is something that you have been waiting for the longest time, because the Hanged Man speaks more of a pending energy, something that has been holding on for the longest time, or something like that. Or this speaks more of your 12th house. Remember, Scorpio deals more with the 12th and the 8th house a lot. Okay, something like that. So it speaks more of the dead, okay, and closure as well, something like that. So let's see. It's going to speak more as far as the energy is concerned. So we're having the King of Swords. we're having the King of Swords. So you are stepping into the energy of the King of Swords here. Okay, the King of Swords speaks of you now being in your power, understanding what the truth is. So you are not in that sense of confusion in some way, shape, or form. Remember, this happens in the sign of Aquarius. Okay, where now you have to focus more on more like shared resources that you might have been in as far as your life is concerned here. You will definitely see results as far as what you have done, maybe you have done for others in the past 5 years or something like that, something that will definitely bring in more of a rewards in some sort. This speaks more of the things that you did not necessarily, things that you don't necessarily expect, okay, in that sense, shared resources in some way, okay. Yeah, something like this. So we're having the pages of wands here. This also means that you also have to put in all that you have to give already, as um the wise one has already mentioned here, okay. You don't necessarily have to sleep on yourself here in that sense. This calls more like your justice in some way. Now everything will definitely be fair and just, okay. The what you give will exactly be what you get, because as you go through transformation, you work, sometimes you don't even see results, okay, something like that. So this is something that will definitely bring in more of change with the justice card here, or you simply a Libra energy for some of you, okay, something like that. So it can be more of your own spirit team working with you at this time, or some of the things that you have done for others here, okay. It can be through collaborations or something like that. This could be some of the things that will definitely pay off at this time. So we're having the Virgo energy. It could be Virgo, it doesn't have to be. This has everything to do with maybe the knowledge that you carry or something like that here. More like surprises for some of you will be having. Okay, it can be some of the people that you have helped in the past coming in to reward you in some way, okay. Yeah, so this speaks more of something that you have been doing more, as in like in a group or something like that. This could also be some of the people that you have teach for some of you, if you are more of a mentor or something like that. That's another thing that I'm also getting. So we're also having the moon here, okay. So secrets will also be revealed also. I forgot to mention that. So now that you own your energy, because the Four of Pentacles speaks more of you standing your ground now, owning your power, owning your energy. This can also affect those type of energies that have been making use of your energy. Those are some of the energies that can literally come in to test you in some way, shape, or form here. So for some of you, it can be more of some type of groups that you might have dealt with, okay, something like that. Okay, so this is something that you are overcoming, okay, something of that sort. So always remember that whenever you go through some type of a spiritual awakening, you are not actually dealing with individuals, but rather the energy. That's why you might have more of similar experiences that keep repeating itself. You are not necessarily dealing with a person, but an energy that keeps on coming back until you learn the lesson. The minute you grasp on what the lesson is, then the repetitive cycle stops like that, okay. So the minute you understand, the better it gets, okay. So it's more of that energy when you realize what was the challenge, because you have to understand what is the problem for you to be able to solve it, okay. So you have recognized the pattern, that's why you have passed the test now, okay. Something that reoccurs at the same time, the same pattern, the same energy, just different bodies. So it simply means that you are dealing with an energy, not necessarily a person. So this type of energy comes back to you in different ways, shape, or form and colors here. You just have to recognize what? The energy itself, and overcome it by the fact that you have learned, the fact that you are aware that this is something that has occurred before, and now you will respond what differently to it, okay. How you respond, that's a way that shows that, oh, now you've grown, you have passed through whatever this situation, or rather the test that comes with this energy is concerned here, guys, okay. So let's see the type of dragon that is connecting with you as far as the energy that is here is concerned. Let's see the type of dragon that is connecting with my collective as far as the energy is concerned here. What type of dragon is connecting with my collective? So we're having the green dragon. The green dragon it helps you to tune into the secrets of nature. Nature itself, it's also the soil, right? It is more connected to Mother Earth, 9 9, and also the underworld, okay? Something like that. So it says, receive answers and guidance from nature. Align with your divine essence. So, moreover, it's more like you are now realigning with your true essence. Like I said, the veil is somewhat lifting. That's why we're having the green gold dragon from Cyrus. Okay. Always remember that green is the color that connects you with the heart chakra. And the heart is actually the center where everything meets. So once you have learned more of spiritual lessons, your upper part and your lower part comes in together to connect at the heart space. Okay. So it's a sense of growth spiritually, maturity, so to speak. Okay. So the green gold dragon from Cyrus is saying it brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. So now you do carry that particular knowledge, okay? Of which this is something that you have to make use of. As you can see, things are literally changing, things are literally transforming every now and then. So this has everything to do with the technical abilities that for some of you have tapped into as far as spirituality is concerned. So you now have that grasp of understanding that even magic works through cell phones, through gadgets, through electricity, etc. So this is some of the knowledge that you do carry, okay, based on already what your own spirit guides have bestowed upon you. Because the green dragon is connected more to the soil, of which is the soil connects you with what? The dead. Okay. This is the experience that you carry. This is the knowledge that you carry based on your own spirit team, based on your own spirit guides. They will teach you what they know, not what they don't. So what exists now is everything technically based. So this aligns more with the Aquarius energy because Aquarius is more connected to technical abilities, etc. So this is more like you tapping into uh, the resources that you have not yet tapped into. So you are stepping into your north node, so to speak. So there's a sense of knowledge that will be taught to you by the higher forces that are now connecting with you based on the fact that you have now grown energetically. 33 could be specific for some of you, or you could be seeing 333 a lot, okay, something like that. So this speaks more of elevation now, okay? So you are evolving energetically. So you do also have technical abilities spiritually, so to speak. So you understand now further. You are actually expanding, okay, spiritually, so to speak, spiritual expansion. All right, so let's get the overall energy as far as the dragon here is concerned. Here, we're having the black dragon from Saturn here. Okay, so this one is saying it brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Okay, so congratulations. Concentrate, focus on your ultimate version. Congratulate yourself. You have passed a test. So that's your overall energy. Literally, you have passed a test, and this test has everything to do with your own spirit team, your ancestors, okay? Not that of Shani directly, okay? So this simply means that there's an evolution also happening. as far as your spirit team is concerned. So it speaks more of your own spirit guides now having more of ascension. That's why the wise one, okay? Because the wise one speaks more of what? The elders. So the elders are those type of ancestors that are now at rest, okay? Always remember that not all your ancestors are at peace, are at rest. The reason why we go through most of challenges and transformations, everything else also have something to do with karmic debts and also karmic bonds and all these troubles that are literally holding us back so that we don't necessarily get the direct blessings connected to our own spirit guides, mainly because of the karmic debts that are there. So this is that time to make sure that you receive only the blessings connected to your own spirit guides, nothing karmic, because already you have paid your debts here, guys. So there's a need for you to be aware of this energy that already your own spirit team have ascended, okay? And because of this, you must experience grace that comes with your own spirit time, your spirit team, because there is nothing that is standing between you and the blessings that comes with them, okay? The test already has been completed. The tasks already have been completed. So you've been there, you've done that. Okay. Already you know the experiences. Okay. So beware of this. Always claim the blessings, only the blessings that come with my own spirit team, only the good energy that comes with my own spirit team at the sun. That's exactly what I will receive moving forward here, guys. Okay, I am welcoming the positivity and the abundance that comes with my own spirit team. Exactly that, guys. Okay, so that's it. You have passed a test. This is your overall energy, my collective. So I really hope it does resonate with some of you. Do give it a thumbs up if it does. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. As I come back, guys, you are always appreciated here for always coming back and supporting the channel in some way, shape, or form. Until then, guys, you take care. Bye.